Conversations for Self. My name is Simona, and here is where I share my experience with healing heartbreak and emotional trauma. One of the things that I learned along my healing journey is that people treat you the way that they feel about themselves. Now, there are one or two ways that this comes about. Either you are triggering something that they are traumatized from, and you are now the stand-in because you are the person causing the triggering, and you are the person bringing up those bad memories, those bad experiences. So either you are triggering a wound, not, of course, not intentionally, and they don't realize what's going on either. But in you being the person that is being reminded or doing the reminding, they are projecting onto you how they are feeling about what is going on, not realizing that it is just a memory. Again, the same wash, rinse, and repeat. Wounds that have not been healed, wounds that have not, they haven't been in search of for healing. And again, they are responding to you as though you are the person who caused the original wound or the original trauma. The other way that people treat you, how they feel about themselves, is that we have been conditioned to present these images of perfection. And not only have we been conditioned to present these images of perfection, but they are constantly pounded into our heads through social media, television, movies, and also in the fact that people have become accustomed to tearing other people down in order to make themselves feel better, because in their mind, in their eyes, their lives, they're living better, quote unquote, better lives than you are, because they don't agree with how you are living your life. And again, it goes back to how they feel about themselves. So if you are truly living in what they see in their eyes as a better life, better circumstances, better conditions, better attitude, better mood, then it is, it's a learned thing. It's a learned pattern to then break that person down to their level. Crabs in the basket. You can't do better than me. Because if you're doing better than me, then I'm feeling bad about myself, because you are reflecting back to me my flaws, my shortcomings. You are reflecting back to me things that I am in denial about, that I need to heal, that I need to take a look at myself and take accountability for myself. And denial. And I'm very open and honest about saying that, these are some of the same things that I practiced in, that some of the behaviors that I did myself. And these are some of the same behaviors that I myself had to heal from. I was judgmental. That took a lot of work. And even now, I'll have a split moment where I'll see something and then I'll immediately catch myself and I'll say, that's their lives. It has nothing to do with me. And if they're happy, or if they're living the facade of happiness, then that has nothing to do with me. And you have every right everyone has every right to live how they feel they should live. It might not be my cup of tea. It might not be your cup of tea, but they have the absolute right to be and behave however they feel like living or behaving. Of course, as long as it's not causing other damage or other, ill will or, bad negative actions towards others. Again, they can live however they want to live. That's not any of my business. It's not any of my business. You can live however you choose to live. That's not any of my business. You can watch these videos and, judge me. I'm okay with that because that's your business. And you can choose not to listen to the words that I'm saying and not accept accountability and not accept the offering of the chance to heal. That's your choice. That is your choice. You can absolutely disagree with everything that I'm saying, and that is your choice. Before, I would have been offended if someone had said anything negative about me or negative about the way that I was doing things. Because again, I myself was being triggered about things that I did not like in myself and that I wanted to fix in myself and that I despised within myself. So again, I can give the perspective of being on both sides of the coin, of being the person treated, terribly or treated in a negative manner. Excuse me. But I can also admit too, there are times in my life where I was, the person doing the bad treating. I was the person, giving the negative words. I was the person offended and going off verbally, on a verbal attack. So I can speak from both sides, and I can say that it took work. It took consistent daily work in order to get past those points and in order to heal those points. So when you're in a situation where someone is treating you less than the way you feel that you are supposed to be treated, or less than, nice, or, cordial, or less than loving, again, it goes back to either something is being triggered in the other person, and a lot of times you too, at the same time, and or you are reflecting back to them the things that they do not like about themselves, things that have been pointed out by others that they have taken in internally, things that they wish that they could change, appearances that they are attempting to keep up. Again, and it goes both ways. It definitely goes both ways. Because also, if you're engaging with a person who is behaving in this manner, then that also means that you need some work as far as emotional healing your heartbreak and healing your emotional traumas. So it doesn't have anything to do with you on the receiving end. It has zero to do with you, and everything with what is going on inside of that person. How you are responding has everything to do with you. How you are responding, whether you are defending yourself, whether you are getting angry and giving a over the top response, whether it alters your mood, everything that has to do with how you are responding, reacting, feeling, however, whatever's going on inside of you, that's yours to handle. That is yours to handle. So when someone is treating you, again, less than perfect or less than in a great way. That is a time to sit down and have a conversation for self. Why am I in a position to be treated terribly? Why am I continuing the conversation that does not serve me? Why am I continuing in a debate or an argument that is drawing out the worst in me, which is, getting me upset, out of my peace, out of my happiness? Why am I engaging? Why does it matter so much to me to prove this person wrong? Why does it matter so much to me to prove this other person right? Because again, someone else's opinion of you and how they feel about you does not matter. It does not matter. What matters is how you feel about yourself, and the self conversation, the self talk. And if you are internalizing what is going on, and if you are internalizing what is being said, and if you are taking that on as your truth, that is your concern. Those are your healing points. Those are your conversations for self. And again, it always goes back to those conversations for self. Those are the questions you ask self. The only thing that we can control, the only thing that you can control is you. How you feel about yourself, how you feel about the world around you, how you decide to respond or react, how you choose to hold on to your peace and your happiness. And one thing about making those changes to respond differently, to respond in a loving way for yourself, is that eventually, if that person wants to remain broken, they will stop interacting with you because they're not getting the response that they need for themselves to feel better, or for themselves to feel better, superior, higher level than you. They will either stop interacting with you altogether, or your peace will gradually draw them in to their own peace, because you create, your thoughts create your reality. Your thoughts create how you interact with people. Your thoughts and your feelings, your emotions, all of that affects what goes on around you and how people handle you. And as you're healing, you will gradually see the shift. Of course, it will not be overnight. It will not be immediate. But as you gradually shift, and as you gradually practice in healthier responses, healthier thought patterns, then your world will gradually improve around you, because your energy will attract other people of the same energy, other circumstances. And not only that, but you will get to where that no longer appeals to you, and you'll walk away. You won't entertain it. You'll hang up the phone. You'll hit the block button. You will say, this is not even worth it. Like, this is not even worth it. Because again, if you are dealing with another person who has unhealed trauma or unhealed heartbreak, it is literally like yelling at a snail to go faster. It is literally, yelling at the wall to move out of your way. It's in the nature of a snail to move slowly. And it is in the nature of a wall to stand, unless it is physically moved. And if you're physically moving somebody, then that's a whole nother video, a whole nother conversation. So, again, The only thing that you can do is you. But let's also look at it from a different perspective. Would you want someone changing who you are? Forcefully changing who you are, telling you, that your thoughts are wrong, your actions are wrong. How do you feel on the receiving end? And if that is something that does not appeal to you, then again, sit with that. Learn what it is trying to tell you. Get to know your emotions. Your emotions are telling you something. Your emotions are telling you that this isn't right. This person, this place, this space is not right. This emotion is not right. This response is not right. Conversations for self. Peel back the onion. Peel back until you get to the core, to the seed, because you have to go from the leaf to the branch, to the tree stump, to the tree trunk, to the roots, and the seed that created the entire tree. Peel back the onion. Walk back. What needs to be healed? What needs to be practiced differently? Those are the conversations for self. And of course, when you take your alone time, those conversations with self also include conversations with God. And those are definitely the most important conversations. But God is not going to magically heal you. You are still going to need to do the work. So again, it comes back to conversations for self. God will lead you to where you need to go to get the healing, to get the advice, to get the information you need to heal. But you have to put in the work. Faith without works is dead. You have to be willing. You have to be ready. You have to be open. And there is no shortcut. There is no shortcut. But it has to be done in order to really be happy and to be successful. And as I always close my videos, in order to have a happy, peaceful, successful life, self-love and emotional healing are very, very necessary.